Welcome to this lesson on IELTS and TOEFL academic vocabulary, with the focus being on verbs. The next verb is minimize. This is the opposite of maximize. When you think of max, you think of the top, right? When you think of to minimize something, you think to keep it at a low level. So, for example, they attempted to minimize confusion. Whether that's because they created a text and they didn't want people to be confused by the text, so they kept the language at a manageable level that everyone could understand. And finally, occur, very common verb, and you might be wondering, well, what does occur mean? It just means happen. It comes from an occurrence. An occurrence is an event, something which happens. So this strange event occurred in 1994. The strange event happened in 1994. Okay, guys, let's look at the other 5 verbs that I'm going to look at today. The next verb is obtain. Now, to obtain means to acquire or to get something. So, for example, archaeologists obtained the lost artifact. They acquired it, they got it, essentially. The next verb is prohibit. This comes from prohibition, which is the noun form. To prohibit is to not allow something or not give permission to do something. So, for example, protesters were prohibited from entering, maybe from entering the building or something like this. So they were not allowed. They were not given permission. They were prohibited. The next is pursue. Basically, this is a very common verb which means to chase or to go after. So, for example, police pursue criminals, or as we have on the board, he pursued a career in economics. So you can pursue a career, like chase after it, go after it. Okay, the next verb is symbolize. Symbolize, you might see the word symbol in this. A symbol is a representation of something. So to symbolize is to represent. For example, in many cultures, the skull, a human skull, symbolizes death. It represents death. And finally, we have the verb transform, which just means to change into. It comes from transformation, which is the noun form. So, for example, caterpillars transform into butterflies.